Good evening, it's Matthew James, and I've got no glasses whatsoever. No, it's actually very weird. This is, I suppose I better start really with, this is my daily blog for what are we on now, Wednesday the 3rd of February 2016. I just can't believe we're actually, we're in the first week of February already. Where did January go? But what I was saying before was I don't actually need these again, and it's actually really weird that and I'll just need to adjust the camera a little bit, so just bear with me. I don't have a camera crew, I've just got myself, so yeah, I'm not actually wearing the glasses again, and it is quite weird. It's a weird situation that my eyesight comes and it goes. I mean, for some people that might be quite normal, but it's quite weird for me that my eyesight has been shocking for the last week, and I've been wearing these, and I closed my eyes because these shocking things, these things, right? These loose, cheap. Well, I don't need them. I can actually read everything pretty okay again, which is weird. So, what am I going to talk about on today's daily blog? Vlog, I think we call it. I'll just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, what am I going to talk about today? I suppose I've got to mention that it's 8:25 on Wednesday evening, and in approximately 2 hours and 35 minutes, that's 11 o'clock, I'm actually going to be on TV. Well, I'm going to be on Psychic TV. I'm actually going to be on channel 64 or 74, or even on the psychictv.com.au website. But I'm not actually on the screen, so don't expect to see me in the studio, but there's a tiny little box that'll be down on the bottom right hand side of the screen. I'm going to be what they call an at home, which means I'm going to be sitting here. I'm going to have my phone ready. I'll get the headphones just to let you see what it's like when I'm actually on Psychic TV at home. I'll have these big silly DJ things in, and I will be like this, and I will go, hello and welcome to Psychic TV, this is Matthew James, and I won't have to do that because I've got a microphone here, and I'll just go, hello and welcome, you're through to Matthew James on Psychic TV, can I have your name and your date of birth please? I'll then do a reading. So let me just say, for example, I get, hi Claire, yeah, what's your date of birth for me? Thank you, Claire. So your date of birth is the 6th of the 4th. Okay, so you are currently in a 9 going into a 1. You're in a 9.5 vibration, and you're basically going through a very transformative and let's just say end of chapter type of situation at the minute, and you're waiting for a bit of a fresh start, aren't you? Are you looking for a new job? Yes you are, blah. And that's basically what I do as an at home on Psychic TV. So you won't actually see me in the studio this evening, but you will see my little smiling, freshly added, I'm hoping it was on last time, a nice smiling faced, clean shaven gentleman that kind of resembles me. You will see that in the right, the bottom of the screen on the right hand side, sort of, it'll be that sort of area there, somewhere like, let's have a look, let me get my finger out, somewhere like that on the screen, about that area there. There'll be a little me caption. I will be an option 4, and my PIN number is 465. Anybody who wants to actually call me on Psychic TV, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this evening. But I just want to remind people in Adelaide that on Valentine's Day, on the 14th of February, instead of spending your money on chocolates and on roses and all the unnecessary things, all the commercial things, why don't you spend $135 and have a day with me at Parkside, at the Powwow Centre, and do creative visualization workshop. Just bear with me a second. Here is some of the notes here. Why not actually enter this realm? Why don't you come, there are spaces available, but come to the art of I'm not even saying it right, come on Matthew James, get your act together. The Art of Pathworking and Creative Visualization Self-Development Workshop, There you go, facilitated by Matthew James, Sunday the 14th of February 2016. You're going to get a lovely set of notes all about the Kabbalah and creative visualization and facing fears and putting ritual in. Put that in, have a word on ritual and the Kabbalah. I didn't even know we were going to be doing that. Who slipped that in? I didn't even know we were doing that. Oh yes, it says form precedes manifestation. See, I don't need my glasses, I'm being able to read this, which means that everything that manifests in the real physical world, is preceded by a process of formation, which is a process described by the doctrine of waffle. But there is all. How many pages have I done? What, 20? 20. God, this is real value for money, people in Adelaide. You get a 20-page booklet of all my own notes and all my own experience. I even explain about my own discovery here of the Tree of Life. We've even got path workings, describing path workings, my own path workings at the back, all based on my Kabbalah training, because I learned the Kabbalah in the 80s, and I actually did intensive 12 years of Kabbalah. So I know basically, I don't know all the doctrine, I don't know all the ins and outs. I know what the symbology is. I know trails that are not the tourist routes, put it that way. I can get a back door into certain places because me and some of the guardians, we're pretty good friends. So I can get you into some places that other people maybe can't go. You're also going to face our fears and learning to let go, because there's a section there that actually talks about it. Let me get into focus. There you go. It's all about facing fears, that section. So yeah, if you are in Mount Barker, that's no. You can't go to Mount Barker. I'm fully booked. I'm fully booked out on the, get it right, Matthew. So we're traveling. So that's going to be the Tuesday and the Wednesday. So the Tuesday and the Wednesday, I am going to be at Mount Barker, which basically is the 9th and the 10th of February. I'm fully booked. I can't cope with any more readings. I'm basically, let's just put it this way, I've got nearly 40 readings booked over the 2 days, so I can't fit any more in. On the 12th and the 13th, Powwow Centre, I'm fully booked for readings. I can't fit any more in. But on the 14th, which is the Sunday, I've got a couple of spaces that I could accommodate if anybody who is interested. And you've got to give. Oh God, this is where I've got to give Jan's number. It's on. I'll put it on Facebook at Matthew James Medium on Facebook. How to contact Jan if you there wishes to actually attend and I'll give you again, the Art of Pathworking and Creative Visualization Self-Development Workshop at the Powwow Centre at Parkside in Adelaide. It's not far from the actual showgrounds. In fact, it's just around the corner from the showgrounds. There's a pretty good Indian restaurant there that you can get some good Indian scram afterwards. I think we might actually, you never know, we might, if I can just persuade him and twist his arm, we might actually do a barbecue like we did last workshop, because there's I think one of the attendees is a butcher, and I think Peter's attending, I think he is. So yeah, but we're going to have a good time, and a lot of meditation, a lot of instruction, plus you can take these notes away with you. You'll have your own set of notes. So we do have 2 spaces available. So that is that one done. Okay, still no glasses, you'll see. I'm reading perfectly. Just need to adjust this damn thing. Not that low. No, not that low. No. Gonna put it up here. No, not that way. No, cameraman. No. I don't want to focus on that. Thank you. I'm over here. Move me over here. Here. Me. There. That's better. I know I've got an ugly mutt, but I mean, people need to. I can't talk if I won't talk to a camera if it's not pointing at me. But yeah, I need to talk about what was. That's better. There we go. Right. I want to talk about my walk this morning. Now, for anybody who's really interested, and I think the birds on my on Facebook, I think everybody's got the message now that I've got through a druid's eyes on basically on Facebook. It is my page that. Oh, I've got a PM. Just bear with me a second. Rain Barracks. What do you want? Okay. Reen, my good friend Reen, has just sent me a picture of something that's quite funny. I might, yeah. Anyway, through a druid's eyes. Yeah. What did I see today? Grass parrots. Plenty of ravens. Sulphur crested sloth. No, sulphur crested cockatoo. Yeah. Magpies. Oh, and I got the kestrel again. Nanking kestrel. I always get the Nanking kestrel, and a few silly faces of me. I got the sunrise. I got the sunset. But I had this rather, all I can say, strange experience. Now I'll put some pictures up with this video, so there will be like pictures before and after I talk here of what I saw today, plus the runes that I was casting, and I'll give you a bit of an explanation. I'm very much into Odin, very much into the old Nordic shamanism. There is a representation of what they call the World Tree or Yggdrasil at the top of one of the hills in Canberra at the Urambi Hills. Now I've not done the Odin bit to get the runes. I've not hung myself from the World Tree. I've not done that, so don't think that I go around bloody hanging myself on trees, for those who know about Odinism. But what I do, I get pieces of this particular tree, and I actually will get a handful of them, and I will cast a rune with an intention. And I had two intentions. One, it was rather quiet for the birdies. There was nothing around. I've not even seen a kestrel. And I just said, okay, so tell me why there's no birds. There had been a number of runners going up and down the mountain. These, what were they? They were endurance runners, and they were going up to the top and back down again, up to the top and back down again. And all I heard was one of the voice connection with the consciousness of the hills, saying, we've had our energy disturbed. The electromagnetic field has been disrupted with all those people going backwards and forwards. And I'm thinking, electromagnetic field has been disturbed. And then it twigged. I thought, okay, so the Urambi Hills is on the ley line that is at the other end of the other end of the world to Glastonbury. Now, did you know that? Did you know that? Who's heard of what a ley line is? I better explain a ley line. A ley line is an energy meridian. It is that connects one point of power to another point of power on the earth plane. Now, whether these ley lines have been, let's say, created by a higher technology, i.e. there is a deliberate thing where there are energy centers put on the planet, a little bit like the acupuncture points on the foot, or the energy meridians that go around the body. They've got the same thing on the earth plane. And Glastonbury is one of these energy centers. Some say it's the heart center of the world, but I don't know about that. But at the other end of that energy meridian is Canberra. And I've clocked that the Urambi Hills does have a look and a feel of Glastonbury. There is a lump, very much the same sort of shape as Glastonbury Tor, but of course we don't have the chapel on top of Glastonbury Tor, on top of Urambi Hills that we have on Glastonbury Tor. But the energy feels exactly the same, to tell you the truth. That's why I've always been drawn there. Anyway, I clocked that there is an electromagnetic field that is linked to the Urambi Hills. Don't worry, anybody, if I'm boring you to tears, probably only about another 5 more minutes for this video, so just chill. But no, what I want to actually say is that I got told that the electromagnetic field had been disrupted. I cast a rune and I got a particular pattern on the ground. it actually said TV1. That was the actual pattern. I will put that round so you can actually see where it actually says TV1. And the T, the T actually looks like a hammer. I'm going, okay, so that's Molyneux, that's Thor's hammer. What the hell's going on? Because it doesn't half look like, it looks like a geologist's hammer, but it is two pieces of wood that have just fallen in that way. So I did this casting, and suddenly there's a kestrel. Then we had the grass parrots arrive. Then we had the magpie larks. But the interesting thing was there was one bird, there was one kestrel. Then there was two grass parrots. Then there was two magpie larks. Then there was three magpies. Then there was four minor birds. Then there was five minor birds. Then there was six ravens. Sorry, no, there was six parrots. Then there was seven ravens. See the sequence, anybody? See the pattern there? After I've cast that room, there's one bird, then there's two birds, then there's three birds, then there's four, then there's five, then there's six, then there's seven. Coincidental? I'm actually witnessing this in the sky. This is actually happening. I got to a certain point, which was actually in the lee of Urambi Hills is like the camel with the two humps. And I basically, you thought I was going to say something else then, but no, the camel with the two humps. And I got into the lee of the first or the second hump on my way back. And suddenly there was all the sound of the cars 1 minute. You could actually hear the cars going through Camber, going through Athlon Drive, everywhere, up down the parkway. You could hear all that. And then next minute, there is this deafening silence. And it was so deafening, it was like a weight bearing down on my head. There was a real feeling of claustrophobia at the work that there was a dome over me, a little bit like Under the Dome. Remember, anyone watched that film? Yes, I did. Read the book. Yeah, a little bit. Suddenly there was a dome, and it was actually somebody had put some pressure on it, and it was like a Hoffman voltammeter on my head. There was all this pressure on my head. And I'm thinking, this is weird. Where has this come from? And I just heard something say on a frequency. Well, do you know that second broom that you cast? I went, yeah. Well, you've set something off, and I'm thinking, I'm absolutely lunatic. Runes don't do that. Then I stepped out of the lee, and suddenly I've got all the noises again. There's all the noises, and I mean, all I've stepped is like 1 meter to the left. And all the noises of the cars are there, and then I go 1 meter to the right again, and I get this oppressive feeling. And then I realised what I was doing. I was actually standing on the ley line, and the ley line probably was 2 meters, 3 meters wide. And there was obviously an energy of sorts running along that ley line. And when I stood on that, I was hearing the frequency or feeling the frequency. When I stood out of it, and then sort of back to this reality. That, my people, my friends, is the type of shamanic experiences that I'm having on a regular basis, particularly on that particular hill. And it is just, for somebody on the outside looking in, it sounds frigging damn peculiar, weird. He's out there, he's But for people who like are watching, who are in the know, there will be knowing nods. There'll be a complete and total understanding of what the hell he's talking about. But it is all about getting into nature, nature becoming aware of you, you linking to the birds, becoming one with the consciousness, being aware that you might see, say, the 7 or 8 ravens, or you might see a whole murder of parrots, as they call it, but you're dealing with one single consciousness that is divided into all those animals, and they're all telepathic. So there is one oversoul, there is all these birds, and you can communicate directly to that oversoul, and you will automatically link with those animals, those birds, and it happens like one raven, there's only one raven, there's only one sulphur crested cockatoo, there's only one minor bird, there's only one human being. We have an oversoul, there is only one. Remember, it's all about going back to the one. This is where it sort of goes back to. And once you get into that shamanic state of mind, and you tap that source, all these things become very apparent indeed. Hang on a minute, I think I'm going to have an image change. I'm going to take this thing out just for a change. I've had it on for a few weeks. I think I'm going to be, there we go, image change, no earring, just for a change. Do a bit of the hair. I've got the old denim, I got this recently, I've got the old lapis, and I've had a shave, I'm not stubbly anymore, so yeah, I'm sort of relaxed. Yeah, so that was that bit I wanted to talk about. Mika Johansson, if you're watching in Adelaide, if you're watching this, you want me to do another numerology, soul numerology video, don't you? I know you do, because you've been telling me on Facebook. I know you want me to do another one. So just a quick recap for everybody what soul numerology is at this point. Soul numerology is my own system, right? It's something I've been doing for 30 years. It's something I've developed from 30 years ago, over the last 30 years. It's developed from a system that my old mentor Paula Paradigma, couldn't get the words out then, my late mentor gave me a Romani system of numerology, which she actually used. She used to actually use in readings and in demonstrations, and she gave it to her students, including myself. And instead of treading on her toes and learning her meanings parrot fashion, as it were, I decided to sort of experiment and bend the rules a little bit. I started experimenting, and I found that January to January didn't quite work. So I went then mid-January to mid-January over the years, and I found that didn't work. So I then went February to February, and I was getting accurate, so I was tuning in a bit more, and I got mid-February to March. We're talking about it's a 9-year cycle. Each cycle lasts basically 365 days. So what I'm talking about, everyone, is the start and finish point. Traditional numerology some go from January to January, some go from birthday to birthday, but mine actually go from March to March. That's what I'm finding, approximately. So the January to the March, where we are now, is like the cusp year. I call it the half year. So what I'm explaining is when you work your numerology number out, I'll give you a good example, which is my date of birth is 10/11. You don't need to know the year, because we don't need to know the year as far as the numerology is concerned. What we do look at is 10/11/2016 or 10/11/2015. I'm still looking at the 10/11/2015. I'm going to I've got all these scribbles here, but that's the two dates that I look at as soul numerology at this point. So we have the numbers up. I already know that 2015, 2 plus 1 plus 5, right, equals 8. So I add 10 and 11 up, so I'll get 21. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So I add the 3 to the 8, we get 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So from this time last year to the point that we are now, I am in a 2 vibration. Right? But in actual fact, I'm in a 2.5, because I'm in that cusp year. In March, I go into a 3 vibration. So I'm at 2.5 means that I've got factors of the 2, and I've also got factors of the 3. Now the 2 is pretty much a year of patience. I always describe 2 as a year of patience. It's a very trying year. It's also the year of the fox, but it's also the year of the dangled carrot, because you get plenty of ideas in a 2. Don't I know it? Doesn't my wife Chris know it? Because she's actually 11/10. So we're in the same number together. Now, what it basically means in a 2.5 vibration is that because the 3 is the lifestyle change year, meaning that I always describe it as there's a bit of a kink or a U-bend in the road, and how I always show it visually is that's the 2 vibe. That's the 2 vibration, which is the straight road, right? It's following on from the 1 vibration, which is all about new beginnings. Now, the 3 vibration, there is many directions that it can actually take. So the 3 vibration is there is always an event, always an event, always a significant event in a 3 vibration that will change your path into a different direction. There can be a birth, a significant death, there can be a marriage, there can be a divorce, there can be a job change. There can be hearing from somebody that you haven't heard from in many, many years. There can be a serious illness. There can be a recovery from an illness. It is representative of that stone being dropped in the pond that will change the direction of the ripples. So you, as the flotsam on the universal river, has no choice but go with that ripple because it's stronger than the direction that you've made. So the 3 vibration is all about the universe stepping in and going, no, Matthew, you're not going that direction. You thought your opportunities were going to be this, but we're giving you that. So I'm actually at the point where anywhere from now till this time next year, there is something of major significance about to happen. Well, there is a multitude of things that I am waiting to happen. A lot of the things are beyond my control, and you'll find that with a 3 vibration or a 2 vibration. It's all about things that are beyond your control. The universe has got a select button. It's got a choice of all these different pathways, and it's going to go, okay then, Matthew, this is what's going to happen. Here we go, here's the pathway. And that is what I am waiting for, and that's where a lot of people in a 2.5 vibration at this moment in time are waiting for. That button press for the lifestyle change to actually start happening. So that is another little insight into soul numerology. I will keep giving you snippets. I do want to actually also show you, whilst we're on the subject, oh god, I'm on 27 minutes. Geez, this is a long bloody video. I'm going to have to break it up, I think. I might, but then again, I might actually load it up. I mean, it's going to take a few hours, but so what? I just want to show you the traditional, that's the traditional tic-tac-toe of the numerologist. And if I do my thing for this year, it'll look a little bit like this. So there'll be nothing there, there'll be nothing there, there'll be nothing there, and nothing there. That is the traditional from my year. That's the traditional. Now what I actually do is I change it a little bit, and I call that one the pillar of logic, which is mind. I call that the pillar of stability because it's in the middle, and I call that the pillar of imagination, because what we're dealing with is right brain and we're dealing with left brain, and we're somewhere in the middle here, and that is what I basically, what my soul numerology looks like. We've got the pillar of logic, which is from numbers 1 to 3. Generally, the 1 and the 2 in that formation is all about an inner critic, or somebody who is more introvert than they are extrovert. And up here, the cross up here, but it means that their lesson in life is to be a lot more open and more extrovert, and they can expect life experiences to actually present extrovertness. Well, Psychic TV, it fills that mold there, because I've got to be an extrovert when I'm on that show. Then here we have the pillar of stability, numbers 6, 5, and 4. Well, I ain't got a lot of stability. What I'm learning is this, the 6. It's all about, I call the 6 a relationship number or social networking. So I've got a lot of things to focus this year on social networking. I've got to forget the 5. I can't rest on my laurels this year. And I've got to continue with the career that I've got. Some would not call this a career, because there isn't a phone number there. I don't have anything in my bloody imagination. Look at this. My pillar of imagination is empty. But then again, maybe I don't have to learn that lesson because I've got my creativity with my illustrations and with photography and one thing or other. So that is just the briefest look at soul numerology for you, Mika, or anybody else who's interested. We are approaching we're over the 30-minute mark, so this represents the longest daily vlog so far. I'd better be signing off at this point, otherwise this is going to take forever to load up. I'm going to put it in its raw, I think I'm going to have to put this in its raw state. I might put some, I'll see. You will obviously see the polished version when you're watching this, so just let me work out in my mind what we're going to do here. So I'm going to leave you guys at that point. Thank you for listen. Oh yes, Brain says I need to pose a question. I need to pose a question because then I know people have watched this particular video. Feet in Both Worlds, there will be a part 3. I doubt I'll record it tonight because I'm 2 hours and 5 minutes off being on Psychic TV on the at home. It might be quiet, it might be busy, who knows, on a Wednesday night. I should know I'm a clairvoyant. Thank you, very funny. Right, so all I want to do is pose you guys a question. Let me think. We've had what animal would you be? We've had something about a colour. Okay, what I want to know from you guys is have you had any paranormal experiences yourself? Anything that basically you can't dismiss as coincidence, or you can't explain it as some natural phenomena? Have you had something of a serious paranormal experience, like what we call a direct voice or a smell or somebody appearing in front of you, even a UFO, whatever it is? Have you personally had an experience? If you have, I want to actually hear from you. I want you to, on Matthew James Medium or on Matthew James or on Matthew James below this video, please, can you briefly, don't make it like this long because I won't read it. Can you just do it in a few lines? Just let me know the experience that you've had, because then, with your permission, I want to actually feature it on either a live feed. I might do a live feed on not Facebook, on YouTube, or I might do a special video talking about paranormal. But I will be doing something in the future with it. It won't be this week because Friday we set off for Melbourne for the Go Festival. I will be at the Psychic Zone on the Friday and the Saturday. One-to-one readings, Melbourne. Please come to the Go Festival. It is a ladies' festival. Please come to the Psychic Zone. You can have a one-to-one reading with me in person if you're in Melbourne. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at this point. Bye for now. Adios. Au revoir. Good day, whatever it is. I will see you later. Thank you for watching. But remember, I want you in there to actually provide me with an answer to my question. I'm going to be watching. Thank you. Bye for now.